Need cheap coins right now? Check out redzonecoins.com. For the very best discount available, use code DIRECTOR for 20% off. Hold up. 20% off? That's cheaper than any other YouTuber. Big ups to redzonecoins.com. Use code DIRECTOR. Yo, what up, brothers? What's up? It's the Director. Ultimate Team fans, we got another one of my favorite videos to do on this channel. Custom card art. Coming back for part 2 for new legends for every single team in the NFL. If you guys missed part 1, I'll put a link in the description for you guys to go check it out. Basically, I split the teams in half. I did half the teams in part 1, the other half the teams you're going to see here in part 2, including this Hines Ward, which honestly would be quite awesome. Also, keep in mind, you guys have been helping me out in Twitter and in the comments of my previous video of who to select for these cards, because you guys know your teams better than I do. And I feel like you guys really knocked it out of the park. We got some really cool names on here. I'm very excited to get into this one. Guys, before we get started, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this content. The small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. Brand new legends for every team in Madden Ultimate Team. So why am I even doing this right now? Well, if you guys don't remember, the FGA signed a deal with EA, and if you guys are wondering what the FGA is, it's kind of like the NFLPA, the company that like holds the rights to these retired players, and that just opened up a huge window for a lot of new legends to come into the game, like Hines Ward. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys pretty much all the picks that you guys, the community, and me made for new legends coming into the game for every team. Let's start up at the top with our guy from Arizona, Larry Wilson. Now, Larry Wilson's actually been in the game before. It's been a long time, but I loved Larry Wilson cards, man. There's something about him. They had what we call the Mud Force factor, and Larry Wilson was just constantly out there making plays. If you guys don't know who Larry Wilson is, safety for the Arizona Cardinals. He, in the past, I think it's been a long time, was a great Madden Ultimate Team item. So Larry Wilson for the Cardinals, I think you guys would be super happy with him. Next up, a name that we're not unfamiliar with, Jonathan Ogden. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, the Ravens already have so many huge legends in the game that have been here like recently, that are coming into the game this year, you know, via the information we got from the pre-order. I was like, I have no clue who to pick for the Ravens. And we decided to go back to Jonathan Ogden because really when it comes down to it, when Ogden's in the game, he's the best right tackle in Madden Ultimate Team, and it's really not even close. The guy's huge. It's like having a friggin' apartment building blocking for you on the right side. So Jonathan Ogden's gonna be the pick for the Ravens. Next up, our pick for the Buffalo Bills, Thurman Thomas, running back for the Bills, a legendary running back for the Bills. You know, quite honestly, I was wondering if I should do this card at all because you guys just got Reggie Bush, who does fit on your theme team. But at the same time, I was like, it's Thurman Thomas. I got so many requests last week and this morning when I put out my preview tweet for Thurman Thomas from Buffalo fans. So Thurman Thomas is going to be the pick for Buffalo, and I think it's a really highly requested pick, and I think you guys would be super happy with it. Next up, probably my most surprising pick, coming in from the Cincinnati Bengals, Chris Collinsworth. Now here's a guy Chris Collinsworth, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. Honestly, we all know Chris Collinsworth, the announcer, but back in his day as a football player, he was quite the wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I got a lot of requests for other players as well that were actually not on the website for the NGA. So I really feel like Chris Collinsworth being on that list was kind of a sign for me. I was like, yes, let's get Chris Collinsworth in the game. I think he's a really tall, fast wide receiver. You guys would be super, super happy with him. And just having Chris Collinsworth, the player in the game, would I think be super unique to Madden 21. Next up, a legend from Cleveland, Ohio, Ozzie Newsome, tight end. Now, we have had Ozzie in the past, but I feel like it's been a while, and Ozzie Newsome is really one of those best tight ends you'll ever see in the game when he does get a card. Fast, great hands, pretty tall. I feel like Ozzie Newsome would be an awesome option for you guys in Cleveland. Again, I had a lot of requests for him in my last video when doing part 1 of Brand New Legends. Next up, back-to-back tight ends, this time one from Detroit, Charlie Sanders. Now, you guys got Barry Sanders in the game. Now, let's get a tight end. Get two Sanders on offense. Tight end Charlie Sanders. This guy was pretty good, man. I think he played something like 11 years for Detroit. And I think he holds a lot of records for Detroit, especially when considering he's a tight end. Charles Sanders, dude, tall target, again, fast. I feel like Detroit fans would be pretty happy. And I did get a couple requests for him. Like, honestly, a player that I really hadn't heard of, but he looks like he would be an absolute mutt beast to be added to the game this year. Next up, the Houston Texans. Now, the Texans are a fairly new team, and there weren't a lot of names on this website for great, so I decided to choose one that's not on this list. This is the only player in this entire series that is the exception, but I feel like it's a name that Texans fans will recognize. Mario Williams. Now, Mario Williams had a healthy career with the Houston Texans, but also played for the Buffalo Bills. So Buffalo Bills is like a two-for episode for you guys. Still, Mario Williams, he's highly regarded as one of the better, linebackers to ever play the game. He had a really healthy career throughout the entire span of his career, and I feel like he would be a really good heavy-hitting linebacker for Madden Ultimate Team. And I feel like, the card art itself was pretty cool. We just had to do it. So Houston Texans fans, Mario Williams, I hope you enjoy. Next, we've got a legendary quarterback that is on this website that would be an awesome, awesome addition to Madden Ultimate Team. Johnny Unitas, highly regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, playing for the Colts way back in the day. I think they were a different city, Baltimore Colts or something like that. But still, man, Johnny Unitas, just one of those names that gets carried through legend. It's sung about, in legend when it comes to playing the quarterback position for the NFL. So I feel like Colts fans, you guys would have one of the best quarterbacks in the game. I know he ran a little bit. I'm not sure what his archetype would be. I would assume that it would be an improviser, but at the same time, man, Johnny Unitas would be such a cool add to Madden this year. And also, he was part of the NFL 100 program last year and did not get a card, so I'm anticipating it's possible. Next up, another player that's always being requested by you Jacksonville Jaguars fans, Fred Taylor. Now, when you talk about the great running backs from Jacksonville, it's Maurice Jones-Drew, who wasn't on the site, and Fred Taylor, who luckily was on the site. So I think Fred Taylor, man, a lot of you Jacksonville Jaguar fans know the name. He would be a beast. I think in a year, and we have some really good running backs this year, but not as oversaturated as last year. So to see some more names come into the fold, like Arian Foster, maybe even a Fred Taylor, I think it's a healthy year to do that. So Fred Taylor's gonna be my pick for the Jaguars. Next up, the man with the Rams, Orlando Pace. Now, this player has been in Madden Ultimate Team before, played offensive tackle for the St. Louis Rams, I think, at the time. And Orlando Pace is, again, one of the best offensive linemen in the game when he does get a card. I think it's been a couple of years since he's gotten an item in Madden, but he is part of that website. Offensive linemen are people too, bros. And when it comes to one of the better linemen in the game, Orlando Pace is usually at the top of my list. He's really, really good. Next up, let's take a look at the man from Minnesota, Antoine Winfield Sr. Of course, we have Antoine Winfield Jr. Now Antoine Winfield Sr., cornerback from the Minnesota Vikings. I think this guy would be so cool in Madden Ultimate Team, man. It was really kind of a tough decision between Antoine Winfield and Chris Carter. We've had Chris Carter, I think, 2 years ago. I don't remember ever seeing an Antoine Winfield in the game. Maybe he has been, maybe he hasn't, but I do feel like a lot of Vikings fans were very adamant that we do card art for him, so definitely wanted to make sure we added him to this video. I think it would be an awesome add to Madden Ultimate Team in Madden 21. Next up, we got Sam Mills this year. Why not add another name from the Dome Patrol? Ricky Jackson, linebacker for you New Orleans Saints fans. Again, we got Sam Mills. Get Ricky Jackson in there. Get, other names from that epic era of New Orleans Saints football. I think Saints fans would be super happy. Ricky Jackson, one of the most ruthless linebackers of all time, in my opinion. He helped form a very special defense in New Orleans, and I feel like New Orleans fans having Sam Mills and Ricky Jackson in the same game this year would pay tremendous dividends to that epic era of New Orleans Saints football. Next up, let's get some running back help to you Philadelphia Eagles fans. Steve Van Buren. Now, I'm not quite positive what era of football Steve Van Buren was from, but he was definitely in those early days. And I read up a little bit about him, man. He was definitely a standout player in his time. A lot of people highly respect Steve Van Buren, and he would offer a really nice, speedy running back for you Philadelphia Eagles fans of Madden Ultimate Team. And honestly, these really, old-time players are really fun to see in Madden Ultimate Team because they do stand out to me, much like Harold Carmichael a couple of years ago. These players just play different, man. So Steve Van Buren, get some running back help to the Eagles, is going to be the pick. Next up, the man that we teased at the top of this show, Hines Ward. Now, I feel like the Steelers have always really had a nice wide receiver with another wide receiver ready to step in when he starts to slow down. Hines Ward was definitely one of those guys in that era. Definitely carried that Pittsburgh Steelers team for quite a long time, and I remember watching Hines Ward, man. He was a really, really talented football player. Definitely will give you that heightened speed that you're looking for in Madden Ultimate Team, and I feel like Steelers fans would love to see the name with 86 back on the field in Madden 21. Next up, another highly requested player from the San Francisco 49ers. Dwight Clark. Now, Clark did get an item a couple of years ago, I think, but it's been a minute, and I remember that card being stupid good. I was like, wow, this card is underrated. Really, really good. So hopefully Dwight Clark does get the nod here. We should be seeing Randy Moss any day now, so to have someone to pair up with Dwight Clark, I feel like you guys are pretty good at wide receiver, but at the same time, it's Dwight Clark, and I feel like we've gotten a lot of requests from Niners fans to see him back in the game. So Dwight Clark is going to be the pick for the San Francisco 49ers. And last but not least, we got the man from Tampa Bay, Leroy Selman. Leroy Selman, I feel like he got a card not too long ago, right? Am I crazy? I know Simeon Rice was there too. I don't remember Leroy Selman though. Maybe he would be brand new. Leroy Selman, highly regarded as one of the best Tampa Bay Buccaneers of all time. Played defensive end very, very well for his team for quite a long time. Simeon Rice last year may be coming back, but I also feel like Leroy Selman is on that website, and it would be a great opportunity to add another awesome name to Madden Ultimate Team. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know much about Leroy Selman, looked him up, and he was definitely an animal out there, man. So I feel like Bucs fans would be super happy with him, and he would definitely produce for you guys in Madden 21. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Part 2 for new legends on every single NFL team. If you guys like this video, if you guys like the card art, hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. And if you guys didn't get to see the legend you wanted to see for your team, post in the comment section below of who you would rather have seen and let us know, man. And you can whisper in my ear next time I do announce that I'm making card art. Maybe that player will be selected that time. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Director. As always, bolt up and stay frosty.